Good morning,
Good morning,
President.
Mr. President.
This is the moment President Biden called the parents of slain reservist Kennedy Sanders.
Sean, I wish I didn't have to make this call. I know, everybody, I know there's nothing anybody can say or do to ease the pain. I've been there.
Yes, sir, we understand.
I just want you to know that you're in my prayers, my heart. I know you don't want the press at the return of the body, but with your permission, I'd like to be there with you, if that's okay.
We
Sir,
would love
we will
for
be
you to be
honored.
there.
Well, and by the way, we're promoting her posthumously to sergeant.
Oh, wow, that
Thanks,
is
sir.
the best news I've heard today. Thank you so much. You don't know how much that means to us.
Oh, well, I tell you what, it means a lot to me. My son spent a year in Iraq, and so I lost him, and 1% of all these kids are the ones that take care of 99% of us. And look, I really do know. I got one of those phone calls out of the blue and tell me my wife and daughter were dead when a tractor trailer hit them when I was a young senator, and then my son Bo, he's living near a burn pit in Baghdad. He came down with stage 4 glioblastoma, brain tumor, and lost him too. But it's,
Yes, sir. We know that you can definitely feel our pain.
well, unfortunately, I do. But I can tell you one other thing. You won't believe it now. And I hope it won't be angry when I say it. The day will come. The day will come when you walk by a park you used to play Kennedy played in, or you open a closet and you smell the fragrance of her clothing or something like that, and you'll smile before you cry. That's when you know you're going to make it. It takes a hell of a long time to get there. But I promise you'll get there. I know that is no consolation now. And from what I understand, you're a close family and her twin brother also. Anyway, I wish there was something really intelligent I could say to change everything.
Well, I just thank you so much for your words of comfort, especially from a parent who's experienced it. And, if you've made it through, I know that, we can make it through as well. So I just appreciate your words.
Well, thank you. Just hang on to each other. The way I made it through is I had family left, even though I lost a big chunk of it. I had family left, and we just hung on to each other. And it's really, really hard, though, I know.
This remarkable video was first published by the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. The Pentagon identified Kennedy Sanders alongside Sergeant William Rivers and Specialist Brianna Moffitt as the three who died at their base in Jordan from a drone attack. All three families got condolence calls from President Biden.
Where are you now? Are you in Georgia?
Yes, we're in Waycross, Georgia, Ware County.
Yeah, I know Waycross. Well, if you ever had an opportunity to be up this way, I'd love to host you in the Oval Office and get to see you. Anyway,
Thank you so
I
much.
can give you a White House phone number to go directly to my person outside my door in the office if you ever decide you want to try to do that.
Yes, sir, we will definitely make sure we make that happen.
Okay, did you have a pencil there?
Yes.
Okay, it's area code 202.
Mr. President, sir, we got a room full of people, and I think it'll be in our best interest if we take you off speakerphone and get the number.
Okay, you're back on speaker now.
I'm President of the United States of America, quote, the most powerful man in the world. They keep telling me they don't allow me to have a phone. I'm kidding. Well, if you have friends there, hold them tight, friends. Hold them tight. What's going to happen is in about 4, 5, 6 weeks, everybody thinks everything's going to be okay. And all the crisis is over. But the pain is still going to be very deep. And so I always say to friends, stay close. Stay close. It matters. It really matters. And And Sergeant Sanders, God, she has the picture I'm looking at, she has such a beautiful smile. God love her.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President.
She did. She absolutely did light up every room she was in.
That's pretty clear from looking at her. Well, as my grandfather would say, with the grace of God and the goodwill of the neighbors, the creek not rise, and I'll see you on Friday.
Okay, so we'll look forward to
Looking
it.
forward to it, Mr. President.
And look, anything in the meantime, I was able to get past a very important piece of legislation for veterans this last year. Didn't get a lot of help, but we got it passed. And it has benefit. I've always said from the time I've been involved that if we have we have a lot of obligations as a country. We only have, and this is the God's truth, we only have one sacred obligation. To prepare those we send into harm's way and care for them and their families when they come home. And that's what we're doing.
Mr. President, as a veteran, I would like to thank you. Sincerely thank you.
Makes up for what happens. But there's a lot.
Yes, sir. We are very thankful to you for your thoughts, prayers, and concerns and everything that you're doing to protect our veterans. We trust whatever decision you make going forward. We trust that it will be the best interest of our country. Thank you for everything that you're doing.
Well, thank you. Keep me in your prayers. I pray every single day that I make the right decisions.
Yes, sir, we definitely will.
All right, well, I will see you Friday, okay?
Okay, we look forward to it.
God love you.
All right, thank you.
Dad, keep the faith, man. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
All right, bye-bye.
Dad, keep the faith, man. President Biden's words there at the end. It takes a special kind of person to make these calls and do it well, with compassion. Any of us who have lost a family member have experienced folks saying things that are inappropriate and awkward, like, I know exactly how you feel, when they don't know how I feel, and they didn't know my loved one who passed. Other people will say things like, you need to have a drink. Most people mean well, and the heartfelt effort matters no matter what somebody says. But the fact is, threading the needle in condolence calls to deliver a thoughtful and supportive message is hard. And it's even harder when you don't know the grieving families. It takes compassion, selflessness, and a big heart. President Biden has all of those in spades. And given his own experience with personal tragedy and grief, he is as sensitive to loss and mourning as any leader could be. The contrast with other politicians is stark. No matter your views of President Biden's policies or priorities, I hope we can all agree that he has a unique skill in connecting and providing comfort to people who are grieving. In President Biden, we have a mourner-in-chief, and the dignity he gives to people who are experiencing the worst in life is both inspiring and moving. By the way, a group of Good Samaritans sprang into action in Florida to save a woman behind the wheel who was having a medical emergency.
When I heard her say she's unconscious, that's when I was like, I have to do something.
Soon, more people pitched in, using their bodies to physically stop the car. Check out that video at the link below. It generated a lot of comments, including this one from HK Libraries. Beautiful. This is America. This is who Americans are. I think this is who most Americans are. At least, I hope so. Anyway, I'll be curious to read your comments about condolence calls. I'm David Shuster. Thanks for joining us.